Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly. Today I'm going to be rewind planning in my Erin Condren vertical, and the kit I'm going to be using is this kit from Sticky Essentials. Delilah, I actually met her last year at the SPC planner party, and she was so sweet to bring this for some of us planner girls, and I've been hoarding it ever since because to me this is just such a perfect kickoff of summer kit. So I plan to use it this week because I consider like Memorial Day weekend the start of summer. So like I said though, this is a rewind plan with me. So this week already happened. Lately I'm really enjoying using my Erin Condren as more of like a memory keeper. I don't know, I have my B6 and that's kind of sufficient for daily or like, you know, kind of pre-planning the week. And then I really like having an Erin Condren that I'm going to keep for a long time with the coil bound and just having the kind of like basically using this as a scrapbook but with stickers as opposed to like worrying about cutting down craft paper and taking photos and all of that jazz. So just kind of like a fun way to memory keep. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I already started on the bottom washi. I will do this in sped up mode, so let me go ahead and dive in. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the first part. FYI, I am going super fast in the upfront part because I think this part's a little boring to watch, but I will slow down once we get into my actual plans. So if you prefer it slower, don't fear, just give it a couple more minutes. So anyway, going through these full boxes and trying to space out the kind of floral ones with the really pretty twinkle light ones. Although I will say, so in the intro, I said like, oh, this feels so summery, but then once I laid it down, it definitely ended up looking more fall, and the headers I chose definitely didn't help. So first I'm going through with these gorgeous light gold headers from Rose Colored Days. I thought the light gold really went with like the twinkle lights, the coloring on this kit. And then I am going through with some glitter headers from Paper Dove Shop, which are so pretty, but I chose like green and orange, which are like the two most fall colors I probably could have picked, but I figured there was already going to be a decent amount of like pink in the spread, so I wanted to play up those colors. But yeah, like it's funny, I posted a sneak of this on my Instagram stories, and Maria DM'd me and she was like, fall spread? And I was like, no, just accidental fall theme, but I still really like it. To me, twinkle lights are very summer because we have like cute little orbs in our backyard. So that's kind of my thought process on it. But in retrospect, I totally should have saved this for an end of summer, early fall kit for my anniversary in September. Oh well, I am going to now add some confetti glitter headers, and these are from Rose Colored Days as well. And in the light gold foil, I added those to the orange just to try to make them blend in with this kit a little bit better and obviously just add some more sparkles. So love those. And then I am going to use some date covers. This was a mini kit from Sticky Essentials, so there are no date covers. And I'm using my transparent date dots from Rose Colored Days along with date headers or date covers from Rose Colored Days as well. And I did pink there since I hadn't included any pink in the headers, but I am going to go through and white them out. I have this whiteout link down below. It is pretty solid, and it's also just a whiteout you can buy on Amazon Prime, which I've like always been an Amazon Prime fan, but I feel like lately I've been ordering all the things. Both I've been really into skincare, and then also planner supplies are perfect to buy on Amazon Prime. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the sidebar now. I'm bringing in some pink Simply Gilded Skinny Bow washi with the champagne bow foil. So pretty. And then I'm going to add some habit trackers, or just one habit tracker, because this is all kind of for decoration. So the habit tracker I used to track when I posted on Instagram, and I'm just dividing up the sections. And then I'm going to take a piece of washi. And then I took a piece of washi and a weekly ombre to note down my steps for the week. And then I'm just filling in that little bottom section with the to-do list just for something to add there, along with some washi. And I'm just kind of spacing it out a little bit better so that I could line up the washi with the bottom of the regular washi, or at least attempt to. I was clearly struggling. And that is it for the sidebar. And then I think we can move on to the, oh no, and the final thing I'm doing in the sidebar is just adding that little sneaker icon because I didn't have a header for that. So I just thought that was kind of a cute way to indicate that it was for my steps. And then on to the regular week. So I'm going to start, this was actually the week that I traveled to New York for work training all week. It was a busy trip, like the days were kind of long, and we were in on Monday and out on Thursday. So I didn't have a ton of time to do anything fun, which was a bummer because New York is always wonderful. But first up, I had to travel there. So on Monday morning, I got up and took the train to New York. It's super easy to take the train from DC, which is really nice. So I used a little appointment label and icon from the kit to mark that. And then I had work training all day, as I mentioned. And so for the training session, I'm taking a little Once More with Love munchkin. I decided to use these every day that I had a training. And it's her pastel sheet of those little like working munchkins, which are super cute. And then I already laid a flag and icon down from the kit to mark down that we had a networking dinner that night. That actually ended up being more fun than I expected. Mostly because there was wine, but that was good to meet all the other people kind of going through the training program. And then that night I did video chat with Dan, so I'm taking a really cute little video chatting munchkin. Love that, to mark that. And then the final thing I wanted to mark down, so this was actually the week that I started experiencing the symptoms in my leg, which if you haven't been following my channel, ended up being a blood clot, which I discover, you know, spoiler alert, I'll figure out on Saturday night. So I did want to mark that down somehow. So I'm just taking a little arrow icon there from My Newest Addiction, just to kind of capture that that was when the pain started. My doctor, you know, suspects that it was influenced by my birth control, as I mentioned, but also, you know, I was on a train that morning, so who knows, hard to know, but yeah, definitely was scary. But at the time I just thought it was a sore calf, which is just insane. I just thought I was like wearing heels too much in the city, you know? So anyway, on to Tuesday. Tuesday was like all day work training. It was like, I don't even know, like 8 to 5:30 or something really long. So I'm taking a strip of washi, kind of like how I think like Mandy does this when she has like a long event, just to kind of mark out the whole box. Also, because I didn't really have a ton of other things I wanted to add that day. So use that to kind of signify training, that Simply Gilded washi in the half box. And then afterwards, I did sneak in a workout before I met a friend for dinner. So I'm using a little lifting munchkin, super cute, on top of a quarter box. And then for dinner, oh wait, first I'm going to put down my video, which that is, ooh, I forget the colorway, but that is a Clever Gal Crafts gold foiled heart. And then for dinner, I'm taking from this little sampler sheet from Once More with Love, the two little girl munchkins having a good time together, because although the food was great, we went to Thai food, the company was better because it's like one of my best friends that moved to New York about a year ago. So it was so good to catch up with her. And then on to Wednesday. Wednesday morning was a super early call time, so it was like 7:30. So I knew I had to get Starbucks because the coffee the day before had not been fantastic. So I grabbed a little sticker from Simply Watercolor Co. It's a really cute little coffee cup with a bow on it. And then to mark down training, I'm taking another half box and another munchkin. And I think I'm just going back to Tuesday to try to straighten it out, because also I think I remembered that I forgot my munchkins, so going to add those, and I'm just alternating the kind of like gray ones and the pink ones just to, I don't know, add some variety. And then that night we had another dinner. So this was with my specific group. So this like was an entire level within my organization. This was a training for us. But then my group, like at that level, had its own special dinner. So we went to dinner, and I used a little munchkin with like a fork and knife. And that food was actually really good. And I had a lot of fun at that meal. So I stayed out a little later than I wanted to. So first I'm taking a little squiggle from the Nikki Plans collab sheet with Rose Colored Days. I love those for filling in space, because honestly, when I got home, I just kind of like chatted, like, you know, G-chatted with Dan and like watched a little YouTube and was like tired and crashed. So I am going to take a unwind sticker from Peach Palm, just to kind of mark down that I was just, I don't know, I was just kind of like lazy computer time. Let's be real. And then on to Thursday. And then on to Thursday, I'm taking a half box again at the top of the day, and I decided I needed to use a printed one once again to mark out the final day of training, and I also took an appointment label just to make sure I had room for everything to mark down that I took the train home that afternoon. This training was just with my group, like same as the dinner the night before, so it's a little bit smaller and more intimate, and actually this was probably the most useful day, so that was good. And then it also ended at like 2:33, so that was really nice. So we got to leave a little earlier so we could get home at a reasonable time, and I just took an icon from the kit to mark that down. And then that night, Dan was so sweet and arranged, he like made homemade pizza dough. We have a pizza oven. He's obsessed with making pizza. So he made some pizza, and then he also got me donuts. So the way to my heart is through carbs, obviously. So that was amazing. And I took a little pizza munchkin and a little heart icon, but I am going to switch that up in a minute. But first I am putting down a little flag at the bottom. That is from Clever Gal Crafts. And I just decided it looked kind of blank there, and I didn't want to use another squiggle because I had one on like the opposite page. So I'm just taking a quarter box and kind of going to layer the little pizza munchkin and the heart there just to take up a little bit more room. But the flag from Clever Gal Crafts was to mark down that we got, I started getting caught up on Westworld. We had gotten like several weeks behind, so watched an episode that night. I watched another one on Friday, and then I was like finally caught up for Sunday, so that was like really good. But then on to Friday, so obviously it was a super long week and I still had to go into the office, so I was just in total need some coffee mode, so that little munchkin was absolutely perfect. Went to Starbucks that morning, and then it was also the PBC sale. And so for that, I of course had to take that like shut up and take my money munchkin. I think those are hilarious, and I don't get to use them a ton, but obviously perfect for the PBC sale because your girl went ham. I didn't even mean to. I guess it wasn't like that ham, but I feel like some of the orders I placed were like pretty big. So anyway, I am still waiting on all that good stuff to come in. And then I am kind of arranging the rest of the day. I did go ahead and add my video in, and trying to make sure I have space for everything. I wanted to mark down that we got let out early, or I just kind of like let myself out early. Like there wasn't much going on, and I was like, I don't need to stay here any longer, and it's a holiday weekend, so I left. And that is a little bow sticker from the Nikki Plans collab sheet with Rose Colored Days. I'm like half kidding, like people, it was fine that I left. I don't want you guys to all think I'm like a huge slacker. And then that night I didn't like write down the plans at the time, and all I could find evidence of was like that we caught up on Westworld, and then that I was also super lazy. And so to mark that down, I'm using this lazy day kind of couch sticker from My Newest Addiction, and I'm gonna kind of write around that sticker and then basically write down that I worked on my puzzle and then caught up on more Westworld, and that's all I remember doing. So if you look on my Instagram, I do post the finished ones with like all my writing and everything, so if you want to see how that turned out, because I kind of tried to fill the space with the writing, if that makes sense. So anyways, that was Friday. And then that Saturday morning I went for a run with Sarita, so I'm taking a little munchkin with a dog, and that ended up being my last run with her for a while, which is really sad in retrospect. The workout foiled sticker at the top there is from Simply Watercolor Co. Sorry you guys are getting so much of my hair in this video. I'm not gonna lie, I was being a little lazy, and I'm kind of like talking and editing at the same time. And then that afternoon I did some filming, so I'm taking a little camera sticker from Planner Gems, and then a little film script from Magic Prints Co. there. And then we also went to Wegmans that day. I was like horrified to learn that several people don't know what Wegmans is. Wegmans is the best grocery store on earth, so
I'm not biased at all. It's just objectively the best. It originated from upstate New York, which is where I'm from, and we have them in Virginia too. And they're just like, they're like a Whole Foods and a like, I don't even know, like a Whole Foods and like your Publix and like, you know, even like sometimes like Costco stuff because they have like really big multi-packs. It's like all of that all in one. Wegmans is the best. So anyway, and then that night I wanted to make sure I had room for everything. So basically we went out on a date night. We saw a movie, and during the movie my leg hurt so bad that was kind of how I realized that like this is not normal. This is not normal pain. Like I almost walked out of the movie. It was so bad. So that's how we ended up at the ER on midnight on a holiday weekend. If you want to hear like the whole story and like more thoughts on that, I will try to remember to leave a plan with me linked in the corner where I talked about my whole experience there. The medical staff we worked with were wonderful. Like it was as good of an experience as you can want for, you know, getting diagnosed with a blood clot in your legs. So in terms of stickers, so I used that little heart from the Nikki Plans collab sheet to mark down going out to dinner. And then the movie marquee is from Simply Watercolor Co. And we saw the Avengers. It was great. And then the little appointment label and doctor were from the kit itself. And then that morning, like we were at the hospital till like 4:30 or 5. I didn't get to bed till like 6 in the morning. So that was kind of, and like honestly, once I woke up, I only slept for like 3 or 4 hours, but once I woke up, I was just like super lazy. Like I was just reading about having a DVT and like all that. So the first half of the day was just kind of like spent. So I took that half box and used that strongly worded munchkin to represent my feelings about getting diagnosed with a DVT. That sucked. And then I took that alarm off from Planner Gems to just kind of mark down. Like I said, I didn't actually sleep that late, but I was just kind of in an alarm off sort of mood. And then that night, admittedly, I always struggle with Sundays because I try to do so much and it's like actually hard to fit it into the planner. So I consolidated it to a little to-do list checklist. Oh, and I also took that like panicked munchkin and added it back to up to the top because that was like how I was like feeling panicked and like flicking off the world. That was like a healthy combo of how I was feeling. And then on Sunday night, I did take a bath that night, so I'm just taking a cute little bath time sticker from Planning Roses. The color wasn't a perfect match, but it was the best one for this kit. And then I have you guys zoom back out so we can add, of course, the final finishing touch, which are the amazing transparent full box overlays from Rose Color Days, also in the light gold foil. So stinking pretty. I think that looks amazing on that one box over on the left. And then I was trying to decide where to put the hearts. I ended up going up there, just to add some extra sparkle to that row. And then I think I couldn't help myself and I added one more, yeah, to the bottom there. And these are just, they make my life so much better. So anyways, that is pretty much it for this spread. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.